So what I'd like you to do is just get into a comfortable position. And here's the prayer. Dear universal light beings, we hold your love, light, and wisdom in our hearts. Now, these can be angels or anything else. Please help us to be a clear channel with complete trust in our abilities to surrender our human judgment. Please help us to connect with open hearts and to know the truth of our existence, that we may be of service for the highest good of all. So you want to get in a comfortable position, and you can change them, but it's good to know sort of what's going on. So what you want to do is visualize the light of the Akashic records coming down, which is pure love and also pure information, coming down from above and coming to your 8th chakra. Now, the 8th chakra is, if you raise your hand right above your head, the 8th chakra is where your hand is above your head. And it's kind of a baby blue color about the size of a softball. It doesn't get talked about much, poor 8th chakra, but it's still there. So visualize the light from your 8th chakra coming down through your head, should be painless, and into your heart chakra, which is the green. Chakras are like the size of baby beach balls. And there are these energy centers within us. And they really exist. Oh, good. Hi, Tiffany. Hold on one second. Oh, good. Nice to hear.
8/14/89.
8/14/89. Wait, 8 August? August. I knew I could do it. August 14th, yes. You're a Leo? Awesome. We love Leos in the show.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have a lovely energy. It's nice. It's so nice to connect with you. So,
thank you.
Here, what can I help you with? Would you like? It feels like you have 2 specific questions. So, how can I help you, my love?
Yes, ma'am. I have 2 questions. I wanted to know if y'all can't answer, or anyway, I wanted to know how my daddy died and why.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. He died a while ago, is that correct? Like 7 years?
No, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I get to be wrong on the first question, but I'll be right for the rest of it. When did he pass, dear?
Approximately 4 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh. So I guess it feels like 7 years ago he made some sort of choice that changed his life. So I'm going to stand by that. I'm so sorry for your loss. What was his first name? Can you tell me?
Roy.
Okay, thank you. Who is keeping this information from you before you answer? Why aren't you being told?
We truly don't know. We feel like he was killed.
I think.
But,
yeah.
Ma'am, but,
I think he. Yeah. I think he passed after an. I think he had a serious illness that was undetected for a long time. You know, men do not like to go to doctors, and I think he was the kind of person who just would be. You know, I'm not gonna be weak. I'm not gonna admit I don't feel good. I think he passed from a mixture of cancer and heart failure, and I think it went undetected for a long time. And I'm very, very sorry for your loss. But I do think that
okay, thank you.
I think there was something there that, you know, he's a good man, and he was also a little stubborn, and you know, he didn't like to go to doctors. He just didn't. But he's very handsome. I can see him. Do you have half siblings as well as whole siblings? Do you have like brothers and sisters and then half brothers and sisters? Because there's a lot of
Yes, ma'am, I do.
A lot. Yeah. So, is it 7 in all?
Ma'am?
Do you have, if you combine your half brothers and sisters with your other brothers and sisters, is that 7 kids? Going out on a limb here, but I'm curious.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. That's what the 7 was about. I apologize. Yeah. So he wants all of you to know that 7 is his lucky number, and he loves all of you. He especially sends love to you and, I'm sorry, do you have 1 child or 2?
I have more than 2.
Oh, sorry about that. Well, I got the 7 right. Okay, I think he had a special connection with, I'm not sure if one of them was named after him or he had a special connection with 2 of them. I'm having a hard time getting how many kids you have. Is it 5?
No, ma'am, I had 7.
Oh, okay. It's funny. I was going to say that, and I was like, no, that's too much of a coincidence. Forgive me for being a chicken there. You have beautiful kids.
It's okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
and you're so hardworking. I have to say, I really admire you. You're my only caller today, so do you mind if I do a little more work with you? Because you're very kind and have unbelievably good manners. What?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a question that you have but you might be a little embarrassed to ask?
I don't know what y'all be able to pick up on this, like dealing with my daddy's death.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the doctors are hiding something from us. We asked for an autopsy for our father, and they didn't perform one.
Well, you can look into that. And if people, it's hard losing. I know when I lost my dad, I was so angry and just, it's hard to explain to anybody what that feels like if they haven't gone through it, because it's funny, you're both very much like your mother and your father. I don't see that very often, but you're very much like, you have a lot of your father's strengths, and you also, I feel like, also feel like the upper half of your face, you look very much like, what?
Oh, you scared me. You said the upper half of my face I look like my daddy?
Yeah, you do, right?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Yeah. You have some American Indian in your ancestry through your dad. He was those beautiful cheekbones.
Yes, ma'am, we do.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's one reason he was so wise and spiritual. And you know what? I mourn his passing too. He was a lovely, lovely man and very spiritual. And I think, I feel for you. But I can see him, and he's happy. He's great. He had a smile that, oh my God, his smile. And he had a beautiful skin color. Almost coppery.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I can see him. And he was also close to either his brother or his father, because he's hanging out with somebody who passed before him. And boy, does he love his kids. He's so proud of you, Tiffany. You've been so strong in every way. I can't even tell you what you've been through. I don't have to. You've been through it. But you've kept your faith, and you've kept your integrity, you've kept your honesty. It's beautiful. He's so proud of you.
Oh, my God.
And I don't think you were able to be there when he passed. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, you are so correct.
It's my job. I like my job. And you have a beautiful spirit. So it's a pleasure to read. By the way, you've got some gifted kids there. You got some really smart kids.
Thank you so much.
3 of them are extremely good at reading and writing. 2 of them are very good at science. The other 2 have like kind of artistic gifts. And who's the really social one? Who's the really outgoing one? Feels like a boy to me. Who charms everybody he meets. Who's that? Which one is that?
That's Justin. That's my son, Justin.
He's so cute. I can't even. He'd be a great preacher too. I mean, he just has a gift with people. He just sees people. You have these beautiful kids. Congratulations. So your father is.
Thank you.
Was he slender at some point during his life?
Yes.
Not a huge guy, more of a medium to slender build, kind of elegant. I'm getting him as being kind of elegant.
Yes,
yeah.
I do.
And
yes.
He's kind of leaning against the wall, and he's kind of he has a certain way of standing. Like that. I don't know. He's an elegant man. Oh, I just really enjoy him. He's so present with you. You know what? He's right there with you. He's with all of his kids. And what he most wants you to know is that, he was a hard-working man. He wasn't always able to be there, but he was always there with you. He worked hard because he loved you guys, and he wanted you to have what you deserved. And he always also saw, you've got a special gift of some kind. Let me see. You've got a couple of gifts here. Oh, honey. You have a gift of spirit. So you have a very strong faith. Yeah. It's like most people leave their prayers on God's answering machine. You get through to the boss directly. It's like you have a very powerful prayer. Yeah. Is that right? I mean, when I pray, I know God hears me, but it's like sometimes I get put in call waiting, but you're for some reason on the VIP list. You have a very strong faith and a very strong gift for that. You have 2 other gifts. You're a very good teacher. You're very patient. And you know how to get your ego out of the way in order to teach like your kids or other people. Is that correct? I know you're modest, but you can tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you have a gift for teaching.
Yes, ma'am, you're correct.
Yeah, if you ever want to do that professionally, and the world needs great teachers, and you have a real calling there. And you also, you're a very loving and forgiving person. Okay, except when somebody violates what you think are your standards for their best self. So, and you know what? I'm a little like that too. The other gift you have is you see beauty. I don't know if you paint or draw or sketch, but you have, when you see like a sunset, or beautiful anything, you have such a gift for appreciation of beauty. So I'm very happy to have met you. If you have any more questions,
thank you. I have.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have a question.
We've got 30 seconds. Make it fast, and I'll answer fast. Yeah?
Okay.
Quick.
I wanted to know, before my daddy passed, was my daddy and his brother, did they have a fight?
They had a disagreement, not a fight. And it's fine now because they were very close. It's fine. Your father's just smiling, and his smile lights up a room. I'm very grateful to you for introducing me to your blessed father. And please know that he's fine. He loves you, and you can talk to him. He can hear you. His love is all around you, and he's a guardian angel for your kids and for you. All right, my dear. Bless you. And find me on Facebook. Get in touch. Huge hugs to everyone. And be careful out there, and I'll see you next week at 9 p.m. here in Moonstruck and A1R. Take care, loves. Bye-bye. Be good.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Divine Guidance with Angel Tuzigno. Live from CrystalClear101.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Divine Guide on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Angel's Divine Guidance. Alrighty. So, you can reach me at crystalclear101.com. You can reach me at crystalclear101, Holistic Healing and Products on Facebook. You can text me at 1-306-261-4086. And the card for today that I was shuffling and jumped out at us is the devotion. So for everyone in the masses and what's going on in the world, it's just saying to stay true to your spirit, okay? Like, be devoted to what you know is best within your heart and follow through with it. It's the only way we'll survive, okay? So with this whole pandemic that's going on, I kind of did a little blurb of, here's what I wish we would do differently before things get too bad with the COVID-19. The only thing that really can prevent or mitigate this tragedy is social distancing. I know some people have a hard concept on it because they're feeling okay. So why shouldn't they be out? Just know that you could be a carrier. So anything you touch or anybody you touch, you can be passing this on to them. So social distancing is very important. Washing your hands before and after any transaction, even if you got to carry hand sanitizer. I know it's hard to get, but if you can, it is the thing to do. And cleaning also, okay? So if you need to be at work or if they require you to be at work, just take the precautions to be cleaning your surroundings all the time, washing your all the time, okay? And I'm not talking about high-fiving instead of handshaking or grandchildren not hugging their grandparents. I'm talking about not being close to another human being who is not in your immediate family. So I'm saying you don't have to stay away from your kids or your husband, because let's face it, if one of you got it in the house, you're either a carrier or you're going to get it. It's just the way that this one is going through the system. This is the only available and effective measures to help slow down the transmission of the disease. When you listen to health professionals, They are just nailing this home. Social distancing, washing hands, keeping that 6 foot barrier between you and someone else. With that being said, as I'm giving you this spiel, I'm going to say don't pay attention to what other people are doing. Okay? If in a few weeks reality reflects that you were too conservative, then hallelujah. That just means you were taking care of yourself and your family, which there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Global technology has given the virus the possibility to travel with the speed of light. And I mean, it's been shown from one side of the world to the other side of the world in just a matter of months. And it's just people traveling. We can get across places faster. So we bring things back with us. The disease just travels with us. Okay? But remember, at the same time, technology gave us the internet. Nobody is expecting you to entertain or stimulate or engage with your family at all times. Okay? So I'm not telling you just sit there and watch them and have to always be talking with them. When there is a pandemic, it is okay for now that biology classes get put on hold, gets replaced with Instagram and TikTok. And I'm not saying all day, all night. We still need to have that break from it. We just got to accept that our lives for the next little while is going to be changing. And that's difficult for a lot of people who are used to being in control. Okay? So with that being said, do shop responsibly. Okay? There is no reason to hoard supplies. We are still allowed to go to the supermarket every day if we need to. And there's going to be food on the shelves. Some may be a little low, but it will come through. It will be back, okay? Instead of stocking up on toilet paper, buy food that you've always wanted to cook and never had the time to cook it. Because now you're at home. There's no excuse not to enjoy your own cooking and trying new recipes. Do make arrangements for your family to be at home and to be together if you can. If you can't, that's all right too. There's other means. You never know what transportation bans are going to be instituted or when and if you can drive rather than take the train, plane, or bus. So again, it's social distancing, okay? And of course, don't obsessively read about the COVID-19 updates. Not all of it is 100% accurate or truthful. And it changes so fast, it's confusing to us who are not in the medical field or understanding medical terms. As you're likely already aware, this pandemic can become addictive and horrifying. Reading about it can add stress and anxiety and encourage you to envision the end of the earth and the worst scenarios. We're human. It's our nature. Instead, focus on what we can do that's actually effective. Washing our hands, taking care of our health, and staying at home whenever possible. Although global technology gave this virus the possibility to travel at the speed of light, okay, but it also gave us the technology of FaceTime, Skype, the internet, for other things to do than obsessively read over the COVID-19. With that being said, I just want to say love and white light to the world, love and white light. And let's go on to our first caller. Hi, here's Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi,
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Okay. So your card is the Voice the Truth card. All right. So this card is telling me that you need to stay strong and focused on your purpose. Okay. You have to let go of the fears and the perceptions about what would happen if you spoke your truth. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Oh. All right. Okay, girl. So why do you have so much fear?
don't know. I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah, well, I'm the good one to make you have to think about those things. Okay, so let's see, what are they giving? Okay, they just want you to just sort of step back and trust your gut and not be so fearful to take that next step. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Because they're making me feel like you have an important decision or the next step in your life where you're either going to be ending something and starting something new, that you have a whole bunch of anxiety and fear around it. And they just want you to trust yourself in knowing what's best for you and go for it. Okay?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of anxiety right now with my kid's father. Like, me and him broke up and I'm pregnant, and I don't feel like it's going to work out between me and him. I feel like we're going to part our ways.
Yes, and it's in your best interest and your children's best interest that you do. Okay, because as you were talking, they were just going, yes, she's right. Yes, she's right. Tell her. Yes, she's right. She needs to move on. Okay? And not being
But
said.
why? Why do I need to move on, though?
You're just not on the same path, if that makes sense. Okay? You guys aren't wanting the same thing.
So what does he want from me?
You want me to be blunt?
Yeah.
He's looking for a mummy. Okay? He's looking for a mummy.
It's not a good idea. So it's not a good idea to like have him move in with me, is what you're saying.
I would hold off on that till you know for sure, but follow your gut, because everything they're telling me is I'm just seeing a big red stop sign. Okay? So that's telling me that either you guys need to do a little more work in communication and really find out what each of you wants out of the relationship.
I try to talk to him, and it's like he ignores what I have to. Like, I'll say, I love you, have a good night, and then he'll be like, have a good night, and he won't say I love you to me.
Well, girl, that 2x10 cannot hit you any harder than it just hit you. That's telling you right there. Okay?
I just feel like he's screwing with other girls, and I'm about to have this baby in like 9 weeks.
Yeah, well, that's going to be your reality, and which is why they're giving me the great big stop sign. So don't put your whole life on hold for it. He is the kid's father, and he's going to need to step up to the bat. And that's your job to make sure that he is in the child's life to what you feel is proper and what's not proper.
No, like she really doesn't, because he's never created a bond with her.
He's going to be dressed prim and proper at all times, and he's going to treat you like a princess, and he is going to love your children like they're his own. Does that make sense?
And who is this? Who are we indicating this? Who is this?
This will be the new guy coming into your life that they're showing me is there for you. As soon as you close this door, you're opening up the door and making room for the proper guy to come into your life.
I gotcha. I just feel like he's not loyal. I feel like he cheats on me all the time.
Well, that is what you feel. I'm picking up on your energy. I'm not really into his energy. So I am going to pick up the same thing you are, because that's your fear. But if your gut is telling you, then don't second guess yourself. Okay?
Am I going to have this baby early? Because I feel like I'm going to have this baby on June 10th.
Is that approximately 2 weeks before the due date?
Okay.
I'm picking up approximately 2 weeks before due date. They're showing me the number 2. So it can be either 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 months. It's definitely not 2 years. But it's going to be in and around the ballpark, but they're showing me the number 2, but my gut is saying 2 weeks.
So 2 weeks from now?
He's going to be 2 weeks early.
Oh, okay. 2 weeks. She's going to be 2 weeks early. Okay.
Yeah. The baby will be 2 weeks 2 weeks early. All right? And you have a grandma on the other side?
I have a grandmother on my mom's side and my dad's side, but my grandmother died on my mom's side, but my dad's mother is alive.
Okay. So your mom's mom, so your grandma on your mom's side, she is with you at all times. Okay. She is the one who's giving you the little nudges, and she is the one who brought you this baby.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's with you at all times, and she gives you hugs quite often when you're down. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so you have.
Am I going to be successful this year?
Yes. In anything that you put your heart into, girl, you're always successful. You just have to learn to trust yourself. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You have a great evening and a great weekend. And we are going to go on to caller number 2, Kayla. Hi.
Hello.
How are you? Kayla?
Can you hear me?
And how are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Okay. And your card is the Transcendence card. Okay. So that card is telling me it's time for you to rise up. It's time for you to step into who you truly are. And you are a very gifted person. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So why are you scared to step into your power?
I'm not really sure if you think if I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know, just kind of scared into doing that, I guess.
Okay, you are very gifted. All right, you've been blessed with the gift, like all of us on earth. But like some of us, you are. How would I say? You're there. It doesn't take much for you to have to practice to tap into your gifts and your knowledge. You just have to relinquish the fear and trust your gut. Okay? Because,
yes, ma'am.
girl, you're really good at manifesting everything that you want. When you say you're doing something, you're doing it and you get it. You create it. That's all part of your gift. That's all part of what we call the knowing. Okay? So you just know and you just trust that this is what you want and it's going to happen. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So is there anything in particular you want me to touch on today?
I was wondering I don't know if there's any way you can try to my grandmother died a few years ago. I didn't know if that's something that you are able to do, like to contact her somehow or something.
Okay, just before she passed, did she have trouble with mobility? Did she have trouble walking? Like, did she need a walker to get around?
Ma'am.
And did she need help getting in and out of bed?
Yes, ma'am.
Did she have trouble with mobility, getting around, needing help getting in and out of bed towards the end?
Yes, ma'am. She was very, very sick towards the end.
Okay. Did she have heart problems?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm just asking her for stuff that only you would know that I would not know, so that we can verify that I'm truly connected with her. Okay. What does the color blue mean to you? She's showing me the color blue.
That was her favorite color.
Okay. Well, You can't get any more connected than that, right? Okay. So she does come to you and you do see her. Why are you scared of her?
I guess when I was a little girl, when her husband died, I saw him when after he passed away, and it kind of scared me. So now I guess I'm kind of scared seeing her because she's not truly here. You know what I mean? And I guess that's why.
I hope you'll be watching the replay because I kind of snuck a card up as you were talking that jumped out of the deck. And it's the open communication. Okay. So Grandma wants you to communicate to her. You are seeing her. There's nothing to be scared of. You are not crazy. She wants to communicate to you directly. So she wants you to open up that communication. So I want you to start a journal, a picture journal. So whenever you are given a picture that flashes in front of your eyes, I want you to stick a word to it. The first word, don't overthink it. The first word that pops in your head is what goes with that picture, whether it makes sense to you or not. Okay? And if you see a word, then I want you to put a picture, the very first thing that pops into your mind, next to that word. And you're going to start that journal, that picture journal. And Grandma's good until you're connected that you can hear her. She's going to be giving you these pictures or these words, and you're going to either put the picture or the word into alignment as you see them, and you're going to get a sentence, and that's going to be the way she's going to be communicating with you for the next little bit, because you got a lot of anxiety around this. So until you learn to trust it, before you'll move up to be able to actually hear the words. The ringing in your ears, that's just the team trying to communicate with you. So think of it as their energy's way up here and your energy's way down here. So it comes in as a ringing. And as you practice and as you develop your gifts, your energy is going to come up and theirs is going to come down till you get onto the same length or wavelength. And then you're going to hear the words, your name called out, and you're going to kind of, where did that come from? Just know that you're starting to hear them.
Before.
Yeah. So now you just kind of gonna reconnect with that and practice it. So meditation, all right? Do meditations meeting your spirit guide. This is a great time with this pandemic going on and having to be isolated and in our own homes in quarantine, that you can practice developing your gifts. Okay. So you can really start researching on the internet, talking to like-minded people who have gifts, who go through this, talking through with them. You can message me, you can email me, and just let me know that I was talking to you on the show. And I will help you. I will help you walk through that hurdle or that block that you're having to be able to communicate with her. Because she's very, very adamant that she needs to talk to you directly. And she is the type of woman that she gets what she wants when she wants it.
Oh, definitely. She definitely was.
Yeah.
Did she know that I got something that she wanted me to get?
Yeah, and what's the joke?
What's the what?
The joke. She's telling me to ask you about the joke. So either there was a joke between you and her, or there was a family joke that she's bringing up. And she's telling me to ask you about it.
I'm trying to think.
Okay. So it could be either like she forgot the cream style corn in the microwave at a gathering, or she might have slipped and fell and kind of picked herself up and, did anybody see me? Or she had one too many schnapps and she's telling me to say schnapps. So it can be anything like that. Okay. So
Okay.
keep that in mind. She's just telling me to bring it forward. It might all of a sudden after air, it's going to go, oh, that's what she was talking about. Or you might talk to your mom and she'll remind you. Okay.
My mom's
So
actually right here asking me who I'm talking to.
Okay. So who had either had the accident or had a close call with an accident?
Oh my God, my Aunt Tracy. Actually, that was a year ago yesterday.
Okay. Grandma was with her. That arm she felt around, like kind of holding her, that was Grandma, and she'd like you to pass that message on. Ooh wee, yeah, my hair's standing up. She would
Mine
like
too.
you to pass that message on to her, okay?
I will.
Okay, do you have any other questions? We've got 2 minutes left.
No, I think he answered pretty much all of them for now.
Okay, so girl, why aren't you going back to school? Grandma's sticking it in there.
Oh God.
You have no questions. She's going to give you a story.
I don't really have a lot of time to go back to school.
Well, she wants you to truly consider it, okay?
Yeah, she wants me to go for my DNA.
Yes, she really wants you because it's going to put your life into a whole different bracket for yourself, okay? And it's going to bring a lot of ease and get rid of a lot of the stress and anxiety that you're having, all right? And she wants you to be experiencing grace, okay? She wants you to share your gifts with grace to other people. So she really wants you to come into your powers, okay? And they're coming from her. So your mom has the gift as well if it's coming through Grandma. Mom just hasn't talked about it.
Oh, I know my mom does.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of you connecting and developing your gifts. And like I said, by all means, you can email me, you can text me, just remind me who you are, because I see a lot of people in a month. And I will answer to the best of my knowledge when I have the time to do so. So if I don't answer right away, don't panic. It just means I'm very busy, but I will get to you when I have the time. All right?
Okay.
So, yeah, I think 30 seconds is almost up, and we're going to be wrapping up, and we're going to be getting cut off. So I want you to have a great weekend, a great evening. Stay safe, okay? Protect yourself from what's going on and around, okay? And you're a healer as well.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Persian Medium I Am Power with Pia Johan. Pia Johan, live from PersianMedium.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Persian Medium I Am Power
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
There is somebody's mom here. She directed to you right now.
Fia was actually channeling my mother.
I have her right now with me.
She passed away 3 years ago.
She says, forgive me.
Hearing from my mom was amazing.
What she told you before, 3 days before she passed.
That she loves me and that she'll see me soon.
She's directing me another woman in the room. Please.
My grandmother was my mentor growing up.
There's two women that directed by her right now. You and her. She's talking about the man that she was concerned, and she's still concerned, and she asked for forgiveness for that man as well.
The man that she brought forward to forgive, that's my brother.
She's telling you to stop being weak. Bring more confidence into your life.
You know, we're all at different points in our lives. We've all been through different experiences, traumas, excitements, joy.
She's proud of you. You're quick in something. You stopped something that was very hard for you to do.
You wouldn't think that 10 years ago that I was addicted to drugs.
She says, I'm proud of you. Continue.
I never stopped asking the universe to show me the way.
She's talking about your pain. Let it go.
I don't have to have that story anymore. I don't have to hold on to the story of my pain, of my past, of my trauma. Today, I can let it go.
Let it go! She said, can you forgive me?
Yes.
Say goodbye to all things that could stop you to succeed, to feel good, to connect with your soul. Say yes high.
Yes.
Loud.
Yes.
Louder.
Yes.
She's asking you, can you forgive that person? She's directing someone else. She's directing a man. She's directing someone. Can you forgive that person? Can you forgive that person for her? Loud.
Yes, I forgive him.
Why you do forgive him? She want to know.
I forgive him for myself.
That you are worthy enough to do everything for yourself. Not for anybody else, for yourself.
I know that takes a lot from her, but she gives. And she gives and she gives.
She's asking you to be strong, to be powerful, to be connected to your soul. You don't need anyone's affection and approval to be perfect. You are already perfect. Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Just say, yes, I do believe in myself.
Yes, I do believe in myself.
Louder!
Yes, I do believe in myself.
Louder!
Yes, I do believe in myself. And I believed in her. We're all from Brooklyn, New York, so there was a very Jewish Italian community there where people's homes were open and they would intermingle and share their faiths, share their food.
She's talking about backyard. She's talking about the trees. She's talking about dishes. She's talking about the chicken. She's talking about the chair. She's talking about everything. Please direct her what she's trying to say.
Nana's house.
My mom's house. We all lived together. I mean, they lived there with my mom and my dad. They were always together. We were always together, always cooking. She actually made a better chicken parmesan than my mother.
Yeah, hers was better. But don't tell her that.
Yeah, don't tell my mom that.
Don't tell Nana.
There is a power in sadness. There is a power in pain. And the power comes when you overcome it.
Talking to her really, really helped me, I think. It's definitely gonna kind of just clear my mind of all the negative thoughts that I had.
My father, Congressman Ron Dellums, who passed away a year and a half ago, visited Fia.
Today was a day to remember Ron Dellums, who in 1970 brought to Congress an anti-war and anti-apartheid stance that was branded as radical and dangerous.
Oh my God. He's asking, do you remember my hand?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what I told you?
Yeah.
Do you remember why I told you?
Yeah.
Dellums' youngest daughter, Piper, is proud that her father became an early voice against oppression in South Africa, applying pressure that would one day bring an end to apartheid.
You said, take my legacy, take my mantle. You're the smartest person I know. Go into the world and heal the land and do it in your way.
You know, Ron never gave up. He never became bitter. He loved people.
This is not my hand, this is your dad. He wanted you to tell again, louder, louder and clear, what he told you.
I'm passing you my mantle, I'm passing you my anointing, I'm passing it to you. You're the smartest one that I know. Run. There's so much work to be done. Run, run, run and heal the world, and don't stop. Do it in your way. Run, baby girl. Do it in your way.
So she's spoken to me like a sister, but also like an angel.
He said, I saw you when you cried in front of that candle. Why did you cry?
She's given me the faith and trust and support that was being given me by my dad before he left. So she's done this beautiful transition of allowing me not to feel the void of his leaving.
I don't know where to go when I'm not speaking with you, or I just don't know how to feel safe in the world without you in it.
In the area where I don't have a female in my life, because I don't have a relationship with my mother and I don't have a sister, she has stepped in with the feminine to remind me that I am also loved and purposeful and beautiful and worthy, that I'm valuable.
It's not just me that tried to basically sending her messages and changing her. So she changed me in so many ways as well.
So our silly song goes this way. We are the key to do more than just let it be. The key to our destiny is in the hands of our humanity. His love is more than a philosophy, 'cause we are the key.
We are the key.
We are the
but
key.
Diamond's key.
For centuries, it's believed that mediums have been able to mediate communication between spirits of the dead and living human beings. People usually recruit mediums to help them get in contact with family members or friends who have passed on. But celebrity psychic Fiona Johansson is also using her abilities to help law enforcement solve cold cases and help exonerate and free innocent inmates. And Fiona is joining us now. Fiona, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. How are you doing today?
We're so excited to have you. So
Awesome.
tell me, Fiona, when did you realize you had this gift?
I was at the age of 7. It was a hot summer. A friend of mine came to my house and we had fun. We played. And 3 hours later, when they want to go home, I said, please don't, because I see visions, I see colors, and I see that you guys definitely going to have a car crash. Well, of course, at that time, nobody listened to me because they didn't know exactly what I have. But 3 hours later, our phone rang and they had a car crash. crash. And from that moment, it took 4 years for me to realize why I see things before they happened, why I feel things before people talk about to me, and then why did people communicating through me when they want justice or something about their life.
So Fiona, tell me, how did you get involved with law enforcement?
I was at the age of 16. It was back in Europe. So basically, they engaged me in a couple cold cases, and I could help them to find murder or border cases, and also I helped them to achieve and put all the puzzles together through the colors, visions, names, and of course, spirit talking to me by themselves. Like example, 2 years ago, Coast Guard communicated and said, we have a missing pilot. And I said, I know exactly where they are, but they said, we are in Catalina coast and we are looking after, well, we are not, finding them. I said, well, we are guys in the wrong place. The moment that they said they are missing, I said, they both dead. He immediately connected and says, how did you know it was two? Because it was one student pilot and the other one the instructor. And then he said the student pilot mentioned exactly where he is, and that's why they are dead, because I am just communicating with dead people when it comes to my mediumship. So 40 minutes later, they sent me a helicopter, and then right after, we found the stress signals that belong to that helicopter or that plane.
That's incredible. Fiona, can you walk me through the process when you're presented with a case at first?
When I actually starting to look into the cold cases and murder cases, again, it was the spirit that directly communicated through me. So, and when I started, I was 17. Law enforcement communicated to me and said, like, are you ready to get engaged with that case? And when I felt I'm ready, I said, yes, I am. And all of a sudden, all the names, images, visions, and things come through.
Incredible.
And then through that, I understood that when I'm asking, or there's someone asking about some name, and I don't even know about, I should not know anything about their name, I should not know anything about their genders. All I know is the communication that I have together with that law enforcement or, police or officers just tell me, we have a missing persons. We have some baby boy was like 4 years old that been missing for kind of 5 hours. I'm directly connected to the energies, and I pick up the energies through that officers that communicating through phone. So I shouldn't be in a place or be around that families or touching that families or communicating with that families.
Fiona, let's talk about a specific case about R&B singer Jamal Truelove, who spent more than 6 years in prison for a 2007 murder. He was eventually acquitted in 2015 when a jury found that the two officers had fabricated evidence. Tell us about your involvement in that case.
Well, the way that I involved in this case, it was that we got through a couple actually friends, and when they reached out to me, I said, I reacted immediately that this guy is innocent and he shouldn't really be in jail. And they said at that time that they can't do anything about it because, already all the evidence is against. And I said, well, he will come out, but not now. There is a timing that I can see and I'm predicting, and this time is all about like in between 5 to 7 years. And they couldn't really believe at that moment because they felt, oh my God, it's kind of very, saddest because we should really get him out. And if you said that it's going to be 5 to 7 years, that actually really make us to feel very uncomfortable and disappointed. And I said, it's the time. And through that time, I communicated with Jamal in jail and trying to let him to understand about his own value and he's not innocent, which he knew already. And I said, manifest, and try to manifestation, get yourself out from the jail and make impossible be impossible and show it to everybody. And that's exactly what he did.
Absolutely fascinating. Fiona Johansson, psychic investigator. Fiona, thanks so much for being on the show.
Welcome back to the Global Entrepreneurship Initiative. I'm excited to introduce our next speaker, Ms. Fia Johansson, who's better known as the Persian medium and subconscious mind surgeon. She's a multi-talented motivational speaker, clinical hypnotherapist, and celebrity psychic medium. An author who works closely with law enforcement to help locate missing people and solve difficult criminal cases with detectives and as well as private investigators. Throughout her career, she's helped thousands of people identify personal roadblocks to help them truly believe in their own path to success, whatever that dream may be. Her greatest passion in life is helping others achieve their ultimate dreams and desires, teaching people to believe that truly anything is possible. Please help me welcome to the stage Ms. Fia Johansson.
Well, hello everyone. I love the spirit in this room. Really, I do. You guys having amazing spirits, which actually helping millions of people so far. As Nick said, my name is Fia Johansson. I'm a medium and subconscious mind surgeon. I will share a couple of my stories of my life, which both kind of funny, at the same time a little bit hurtful, but good to know about how the medium could feel sense as a person. I was at the age of 7.5 when I found that I have some sort of power. Of course, first it was kind of odd, a little bit difficult to understand myself, and I kind of like felt something is not correct with me because I could see, feel, and sense things before things happened. I went to my mom and asked, "What's wrong with me?" "Nothing, you're good." "Should I take you to the doctor?" "No, I don't know, but I can feel and sense that something crazy is going to happen to my grandma," example. "Something is going to happen to my uncle," and all this stuff. However, they're trying to tell me to don't say anybody when you feel and sense something bad is going to happen to them, because I don't wanted them to be scared and see that we should not be even near them. I says, okay, at the age of 7.5, I should just like not saying anything and just relax. At the age of 11, I found one of the most hurtful untruths about my life, which was completely true. I found out that my grandma, who actually I knew and I felt as a mom, is just my grandma and not my mom. My grandpa was my grandpa and not my father. My uncles, they never been my brothers and they've been just my uncles. And my mom, not ever been my sister, and she always been my mother. But this truth been always held and hidden by my family until my grandma passed away. Before that, I had a life as a princess, spoiled completely, and they would definitely give me anything and everything what I want. After she passed, I figured I don't have anyone anymore. My mom is too young. I don't have no feelings as a daughter and mother connections. I feel completely lost, and I found myself, what should I do now? I do have some gift that could help me so far, but should I just like push myself down and see that, oh, this is a trauma, I have to just like be depressed, now I lost this and that, and I found the truth about my life? And I found about my father. Who is my father? Somebody. Where is he? Another country. Okay. I tell myself, get up, stop it right now. It doesn't matter which family you had. It doesn't matter what they told you. It doesn't matter what happened. What it matters right now is to open the new chapter in your life. And I will completely left alone by myself without anybody to taking care of myself. At the age of 14, I asked my uncle, who left Iran to Stockholm, Sweden, if there is possibility to take me there. He said, maybe or maybe not, but I will do my best. 3 months later, I felt and I sensed I will be there. I'm not belonging in this country anymore, and I don't want to. I went to Sweden, Stockholm, and waited that my uncle is going to come and pick me up. Nobody showed up. Gosh, again, I'm here. My uncle is not here, and I don't even know that language. I couldn't speak English. Nothing. Okay. Then, Miss Fia, you are here with nobody again. So what happened? I tell myself, you are deaf and you are blind. Deaf and blind. What a deaf and blind person can do? I can't talk to anybody. I can't see anything, but I have to activate some other power inside of my body again at the age of 14. So I tried to communicate with people, tried to talk or communicate with some officers and ask about, like, where am I? I know that I'm in Stockholm, but I don't even know where to go. So basically, I found some hotel and stay there and just like think about like what happened with my uncle. So I found out that he had a car crash almost a couple hours before that he went to come and pick me up. So they take 1 month for me and for him to recover, to come out after coma and come and find me. So in 1 month, I was left over in a country with the minus 30 degrees. I mean it, minus 30 degrees, and I'm not joking. I could feel that I can't breathe sometimes, but I could have a lot of, ice in my nose and my ears and everything. Whatever I felt, you know what? Fia, you do have a power. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, build the new chapter. Again, this is your second chapter in another country. So I prayed, I connect to my divine, I sense, and out of sudden, 3 families, without even knowing who they are, what they are up to, they reach out to me out of nowhere. How? I went out to the Starbucks, but basically there is no Starbucks. It was something, looked like or similar to Starbucks, and saw some lady that's sitting there and crying. I went and said, well, I can't speak. What should I say? Okay, the only things that I can do is a love language. Maybe I should hug her. Maybe I should just like say, I'm here. And it was a Swedish girl, of course, blondie, and I'm kind of like a black hair. Well, that maybe she's gonna get scared a little bit, but I says like, don't worry about it, just go and get it done. So I did that, and she hugged me so hard. Was like, what's going on? What's happened to you? She's starting to talk. I couldn't understand, barely nothing. Swedish language, come on guys, you guys don't want to even learn. It's very difficult and very hard. I said, okay, let's just continue and continue. I felt and see that she lost the baby, or actually the baby was missed in the past of almost 4 years. And she basically went to the family and asked questions about like, where can I go? How can I find? Because it was in another state, and they come back to the Stockholm, and then she all of a sudden just break down. I said, I can help you. I feel where the baby is, or somehow I can see the baby. They didn't understand what I'm saying. I was like, oh my gosh, what should I say? It's like translating. I do remember that day. So basically after almost 2 hours, some Persian family, who they could actually speak my language, finally Persian, so they could understand exactly what I'm talking, because they've been closest friend to that Swedish family. My career started at the age of 14 in Stockholm. Just 2 months after, I landed in this minus 30 degrees of country. So my point is, whatever I had in my life, I always been thankful and grateful. I never said why I don't. I never said why me. I never said how. I always say, come on, get up, find a way, go, that's it. So never give up. And I always learn myself, don't be logic, be biologic. Because that's the only way you can feel and sense yourself and others. Always send love and receive love. Never give up about your goals. And of course, the first month, because I did not have enough money, I left with almost 120 crackers and waters. And it's possible. As a human, we can live with 120 crackers and water every day, which I did because I did not have money, no place to go, countries with no language. Then after that, I feel like I have to build my company. I built my company almost 3 years later. It was about like $4.5 million company with almost 55 Swedish employees. And what I did that, not just helping police officers and private investigators and all this stuff. I did this because I felt that Swedish people rejected me one after each other. Why? Because I'm come from another country. I said, you know what? I make a decision now. I am going to build my own company, and you are going to pick me to hire you. This is me now, Fia Johansson. So now I'm not going to be a blondie lady, but I'm going to be the black hair lady with a lot of power of veal. So my veal power make my company became super successful back in Stockholm. Almost 8 years ago, I felt that I have to move to America. I find my love of my life. And when I come here, I felt, okay, you left your country, the way that you love, basically after so many years, and now you want to just start from scratch. So I knew about 5 languages already, but my English was not good at all. So I couldn't barely speak English. I was like, okay, start it again, Miss Fia. Now this time, maybe English is much easier than and faster than Swedish. So that was all I had. And now I have over $5.5 million, almost $6 million company, and actually have over 250 employees worldwide that are working for me in America. So everything is possible, even you don't know about the language. So remember that, deaf and blind always will help you and send love and passion to yourself and anything and everything you want. Everything is possible. Naturally to me, I never decide for any of those messages. The only responsibility that I have is that I have to deliver the message.
What was your reading like with Persian medium? Oh my god, I love her. So I actually had a moment with her when she was walking in. She came by our table for water, and it was just like, oh, that's how I felt.
Are you gonna like come back for more? Oh yeah.
You're not even leaving. It was all kind of things I kind of knew. I felt intuitively guided. It's nice to feel her tap into those deeper places and I guess reveal hidden places that I sense and feel, but have her kind of present them.
She said, I'm going to meet a man who's going to come right to me. It's been quite a while, and if that happens, I'm going to be in huge debt to her.
This was a great reading today because it lifts my spirits. Spirits have been depressed for a while because of adverse happenings going on. I'm very pleased about that.
I went to her workshop yesterday and it was awesome. Yeah, then I got her book, so I'm excited about that.
Well, this is the only reading I've done, and it's the only reading I would do, and it's because I just know that.
She told me things that I already knew, and then she also told me things that I was surprised with, like she could read me, like things I was in denial of. She was actually reading what I was in denial of, so it was wonderful. It really was.
I didn't say a word. She just knew exactly how I felt about it. You know, she's absolutely right. So it's kind of like you have the answers inside somewhere, and she kind of validated what I was thinking.
If you're a person that trying to, make your sense or see your sensualities in your emotion, your vision, imagination, your subconscious mind, get close to that power, then you can see, feel, and connect to the spirit.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
And now, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl with Tanya Reid. Live from AustraliaPsychicCowgirl.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Australia's Psychic Cowgirl on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
G'day everyone, Tanya Reeves, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl. I was hoping to be outside today, but unfortunately it's a bit windy, so it wouldn't have really been a great show to have to tolerate the wind in the background. I was going to include the horses as well, so fingers crossed, maybe next week. While we're all isolated over here, social isolation has taken place. We can go to supermarkets and for the necessities, but otherwise we are, asked to stay at home. So for us, we're quite happy. We've got a beautiful place here. I feel really blessed that on 100 acres we can, walk around and you don't feel confined in any way, shape or form. I've also got my horses, so I can go for a ride. And, besides my horse, I'm the right distance away from any other person by miles, in fact. So for me, it's not that big a deal, but I know for many it really is. There's massive amounts of people that are losing jobs, and that relates to friends and family, and many of you that I've had contact with have been been put off. Many have closed down businesses and, not even sure that they can reopen, which is really, really sad. So we're at a time where there's a lot of upheaval. There's a lot of energetically things happening where we're really just feeling unsure. So I thought I'd tap into that before I start my reads today and just share with you some of a couple of practical things and then a couple of spiritual things to help with what we're going through at the moment. So first of all, a standard thing, and it's something that I've looked into myself because we have machinery that we have loans on through our business. So who knows if work, everyone, or for us, it's still a little bit up in the air. We haven't totally been shut off yet, but just in case, I got onto all of our lenders, any of the banks here and finance companies, and they've all been fantastic. So the response has been, if needed, stopping repayments for a period or dropping them right down. So it's been really reassuring to know that. So I want to encourage all of you that are listening that might be in that position where, oh my God, what do I do? The government here in Australia is handing out some great handouts to help people, but that can take weeks or months to actually happen in some cases, where you might not meet the criteria. So get onto your lending institutions and see if you can, get help with things. Even we're finding people that have investment properties can get onto the bank and get that dropped down. So if they've got tenants that are struggling to pay rent, it can work well for both parties. So don't be dismayed by a lot of the stuff we've fed on the media. Be proactive, and that way, you're setting yourself up for just to be able to breathe and take some time out. And I really feel like globally that's our message with this. If we look at everything has a mirror, as hard as it is and as terrible as circumstances with people dying and, the effect of this virus, there's also the other effect of just pulling us up to actually take a moment to breathe, reassess where you are. For a lot of people, there's a lot of digging deep internally, and I think that's not a bad thing for all of us in our humanness, to spend some time digging a bit deeper and connecting to our inner guidance. Now's one of the best times to connect to your psychic side. I've got a great group attached to my Facebook page, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl. I've got a tribe, and we're doing lots of exercises on tuning into your psychic side. Check it out or message me if you're interested in joining. It really is a great way of supporting each other. It's a free group, and we do little exercises to expand out on your psychic sense, which we all have, by the way. So don't think that that's just regulated to a few. Excuse me, my itchy nose flies around today. So now, spiritually, a lot of what's going on at the moment is fear. Now, I did my training, as a lot of you know, with Louise Hay, and facilitated workshops based on her philosophies. And one of the exercises Louise encourages, and I do encourage for those that this resonates with, something that's worth doing, is to connect with the fear that's around at the moment, all right? We don't want to let it overcome us. But if you're feeling fear within you, take a moment to investigate where in your body that fear is. So for everyone, it'll be different. Fear is, it's an energy. It's something that we in our human form, feel here and there. There's no such thing as perfectly being fearless, because that's part of our human existence. So just capture whereabouts it is in your body. So if you connect to that energy of fear, for some people it's in their stomach, for some people it's in their heart, but it could be anywhere in your body. It might be your head. You might be finding migraines. Connect into that fear energy and give yourself some healing around that. So what Louise says is even just putting your hand, so if it's, say, your gut, I'm putting my hand on my stomach and I'm sending myself healing to help with that fear, to help me be able to process it, to understand it is a feeling, it is something that is around at the moment, and I'm going to heal that part of me so that I don't feed into that fear-based connection that is around. There's a lot of stuff going on around us, even if we don't consciously connect by watching the news or whatever, we're still feeling in the energy. So I just wanted to share that little exercise. Takes you a few minutes. Just connect into your body. Where is that fear coming from? And you'll know we all face fearful times. It might be that we fear change. It might be that we fear, stepping into our personal power, say. That sense of feeling wherever it is in the body will be one that you might not have ever explored, but it's really worth, at the moment we're all in isolation, so hey, let's do all this inner work and inner exercises, because believe you me, we'll come out of this feeling a lot stronger and a lot more grounded. And I do believe that will be true for many of us. So I really want to encourage you to do that. Please know I'm also here for you. I do get many messages, but bear with me to reply. So yeah, I'm here to support you all, because without you guys, we wouldn't have our shows and be able to connect all around the world. So really very blessed with that. Thank you. Okay, my first caller is Keisha from, who have we got? From Louisiana?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right? How are you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I love your accent. So cool.
Thank you.
Beautiful. All right, my dear, would you like me to focus on something specific for you or just connect in?
Specifically for me.
Yeah. Did you want me to focus on any area, or just pick up what I'm getting for you? Okay. First up, I've got a lady coming through in spirit for you, and I feel like I want to go to, let me see. I feel like I'm even connecting to an auntie. She's sort of over to the side, which I feel like isn't necessarily mum, but I feel like I'm going over a little bit like an auntie that was close to you that is in spirit. And it's almost like she's coming for you. There's a lot of guidance around you at the moment, and not just, of course, you're ringing here to get guidance, but people are depending on your guidance. So there's something about you turning on that aspect of you where you're helping others and being of service. So have you started studying something that's to do with helping others, can I ask?
Not necessarily.
Okay. I just get guidance is really strong for you. So, but it's like I see you guiding others. It's something around you showing people the way is what she's showing me. There's also something, because she's laughing. This lady's got a bit of a sense of humour, I have to say. She's also laughing about the relationship. So there's something around your relationship right at this point in time. And I feel like I'm connecting with there's a romantic connection here around for you.
A romantic connection?
Yep.
Oh, I do talk to somebody, but I don't think it's a romantic connection.
Okay. So there's nobody around you at the moment, though, that you're linked to romantically?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Yeah, cool. Because it's like there's something funny going on. And when I say funny, she's coming through with this sense of humor about it. So what's going on in your relationship at the moment? Is it, because I just feel like I want to laugh. It's not nothing serious, but there's something funny.
I really don't consider us being in a relationship right now. I consider us being in like a situationship right now.
Yeah. So have things changed just recently in regards to this?
Yes.
Sorry, you're fading in and out a little bit. I can't quite hear.
Oh, I say yes, ma'am.
Yep. All right. So because it's when I say she's laughing, it's like there's something funny. So is there a decision that you're making around this relationship at the moment? It's a little bit like I'm not fully in like I was, or I'm bringing about change. I just, the way that she's laughing about it is like something, there's something funny. And I know, you know, when it comes to relationships and having that discussion, it sounds like it doesn't fit, but it's like she just wanted to share with me, you know, to give that to you. It's like I'm having a bit of a laugh around things at the moment. I feel like there's something around synchronicities around the relationship. So it's like whether you've been shown insights moving forward with this person or somebody coming through, but it's like there's a question mark.
To be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to move forward with the relationship with him because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, okay. So when she's laughing, like when I say laughing, is there things that you've discovered, or there's something that you can probably in hindsight have a bit of a laugh at and go, oh my God, I feel like you've been shown things that maybe, all right, so things have been uncovered.
Yes, they have.
Yep, and it's like you've been proven right. That's why she's laughing, going, you're right, you were spot on. You knew this, but it's almost like it had to be shown to you if you believe. It's almost like you had it in the back of your mind and went, no way could that be the case, and then things have been shown to you.
Yes.
Yep, okay, cool. I'll keep rolling with that because it's interesting. There is somebody else to step in for you. It's almost like, but I need to make that decision. So it's like at the moment you're kind of like, I'm still half in there and still half out. I need to make a decision around that. And she wants me to say, don't worry about the finances, or there's something around money. I don't know whether you're still there because you need to wrap things up or tidy things up, but she's showing me you don't need to. So don't believe that.
Okay.
Okay. Because it's like you're going to be okay. And it's like that's why she's come through today. So does this lady fit? Can you, is this an auntie that's passed? This lady was fairly close to you, I feel like. She spent time with you, especially when you were younger.
No, I don't know nothing about nobody doing nothing like that to me.
Yeah. All right, because it's just like this lady's in spirit, so she has passed, but I don't feel she's not showing me mum or grandmother, which, you know, is quite common to come through as a female. So I feel like she's a little bit still part of the family, but connected somewhere. So she's connected somewhere to you because you're telling me your family. There's also, she's showing me within your lineage there's a lot of wisdom, and you have that. So she's acknowledging that to say to you, don't doubt yourself. It's time to step up in your power.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. So it's like, it's almost like you know this, but she's telling me I need to give you that push and reminder. And she's also showing me to it's almost like for you, I want to manifest things, but I'm not really sure. I need to write them down. So it's like she's showing me, tell her to write down what it is you want to bring in for you.
I don't know.
Right, there's a change around what you do. So with work for you at the moment, what's the shift happening there?
What's happening here?
Yeah, as in your work, what you do.
Oh, I work for the Youth Challenge program at the casino.
Right. Our line's a little bit crackly, so I couldn't quite get that. But so are you in the midst, or there's something around taking a step to change something up within that? It's almost like with what you're doing now, changing your role. Sorry, you're fading in and out a little bit.
Can you hear me?
I tell you what. Yeah, you're back in again.
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Let me go back right here.
Yeah, because you're a bit in and out. Can't quite make out what you're saying.
Can you hear me now?
Still fading in and out a little bit, a little bit better, yeah? Yeah. I tell you what, Keisha, message me on my Facebook page and I can delve in a bit deeper for you. The connection is really patchy and you're fading in and out. So Australia Psychic Cowgirl on Facebook, connect with me, shoot me a message and I will give you more information so that you can understand what I'm sharing with you. Okay? All right, do that, and I will expand on that for you. We'll get to the bottom of who this spirit is because I know it's important that we connect. We make sure we work out where she fits. All right, I'm on to my second caller, Amy. Let me see, Amy in Lake Forest, California. Amy, are you there? Now, there's something going on now. Just think of worldwide, we're all being disconnected. So seriously, that's what's happening with callers today is we're just going through, we're connecting and then we're not connecting. And I think we can all relate to that energy. So, of course, when you're working with spirit, they really give it to us loud and clear. So I'm a little bit hopeful the fact that I've identified that we might get a caller in and get it to be clear. Who knows? You know, this is life in the world of spirit, is that things are unpredictable. And that's why, as humans, we learn to roll with it. Amy, are you there?
I am here.
Oh, great. And I can hear you. Awesome. All right, Amy. Now, I've got to get cracking for time and I don't want to miss out on giving you any messages. Is there any area you want me to focus on for you?
Love would be great.
Yeah, okay. There's a lot around love at the moment. Can I first say, have we got Dad in spirit for you? Because we've got the mail coming through in regards to this.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Have we got Dad in spirit? I've got a mail coming through. Let me see. I'm just trying to get a little bit more clear on him.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of love around for you with him. So it's like he's stepping in to almost give you the guidance. And it's like he's putting his hand up to say, of course, I would come in and give you guidance, because I feel like he was quite close to you.
Okay.
Okay, all right. We'll delve in. I'll get a bit more on him. I felt like there was an A initial around him, but it's a little bit. It's not. He's a little bit faded, if I can say that. There's something around. There's a web that he's showing me. He's showing me this spider web. Okay, which web sometimes to me mean we're going through. We're weaving. So it's almost like indicative of you making the foundations, or you're expanding out. There's some kind of networking around this, but I'm slowly weaving my way to where I need to be. So it's like within that, I feel like he's acknowledging that you're on your way, and you might feel a bit like, oh God, I feel stuck, and I'm not, but it's like you are on your way, something's happening and turning around. So it's like, please know that, because that's a really strong message he's come through with. Now, there's something around love for you that it's almost like you attract. What he's showing me is the men come around, but then they kind of disappear, or they don't quite work out. So it's almost like there's something we need. Yeah, there's something we need to change energetically with you, because, and when I say that, it's almost like we want to bring the authentic you out. We're not. It's almost like I don't want to hide anymore. I want to be the powerful woman that I am, and I need to step into that, because then I'm attracting the powerful men. Because you don't want to pussyfoot around. You're not one to tolerate being fed stuff that isn't quite right, or somebody trying to pretend they are who they're not. And it's like, it's almost like it's almost like he's showing me we need, I always find when we come through situations where we're stuck, and we had this conversation this morning on another show that I did, they're mirroring us. So it's almost like they're coming in for you and then they're disappearing. So it's like you need to show up more for you so that when they appear, they hang around.
Okay.
All right. So it's a little bit about just that. Yeah, I'm wrapped for that, because these little things are the key to what changes any situation in life. And for you, it's like you don't have trouble. It's not. I don't see you sitting around and they're not coming around. They're coming around, but we want the mirrors of you who are solid. They're honest. We're stepping into, like, it's like you've had all the time wasters. They're done. I'm ready to step into. I'm ready to step into the good ones. I have to say.
Yes.
Yeah. And I feel like with this chap showing me, I do the ones with sense of humour, because that's how I roll as well. But he's quite tall, this gentleman, and it's like he's like going, there's going to be somebody sent for you, and I feel like